Today, I'm going to discuss three important clauses that can significantly impact the contract between Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. and Grocery Store Inc. So these clauses are force majeure, indemnity, and arbitration, which are critical for managing legal risk and ensuring a smooth business relationship. First, let's talk about force majeure clause. A force majeure clause is a provision in a contract that frees both parties from obligations if an extraordinary event or circumstance beyond their control prevents one or both parties from fulfilling their contractual obligations. So why does Vegetable Greenhouse Corp need this clause? Vegetable Greenhouse Corp relies on external factors such as weather, transportation, and even potential disruptions in their supply chain. These external forces are unpredictable and, in many cases, uncontrollable. So, for example, if a hurricane disrupts the supply of fresh vegetables or damages their facilities, a force majeure clause could protect the company from being penalized for not delivering vegetables on time. Without this clause, Vegetable Greenhouse Corp might be liable for breach of contract, even when the delays or issues are beyond their control. This clause ensures that the company has legal protection in case of unforeseen circumstances, like in natural disasters, pandemics, or even significant transportation breakdowns. In their contract with Grocery Store Inc., including this clause would allow Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. To pause or adjust deliveries without penalty when facing unavoidable disruptions. Next, let's tackle the indemnity clause. An indemnity clause is essentially a promise by one party to cover the legal and financial losses that the other party might face because of specific actions, omissions, or negligence by the first party. For Grocery Store Inc., this clause is crucial in protecting them from legal risk if Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. Delivers spoiled or damaged vegetables. Grocery Store Inc. would face financial losses and damage their reputation if they sell substandard products to their customers. So, for example, if Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. Fails to deliver fresh vegetables or uses a non refrigerated truck, leading to spoiled goods, Grocery Store Inc. could suffer customer complaints or even lawsuits. The indemnity clause would ensure that Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. Is responsible for covering these losses. And this clause provides a financial safeguard for Grocery Store Inc., ensuring that they are compensated for any damage caused by Vegetable Greenhouse Corp., most especially if it is negligent, such as delivering spoiled produce. And finally, we have the arbitration clause. Arbitration is a method of resolving disputes outside of court. It is usually faster, more flexible, and often less costly than litigation. So, why do both parties need this clause? So, both Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. And Grocery Store Inc. want to ensure that disputes are resolved effectively and privately. So, neither party wants to spend time and money on lengthy court battles. So, the arbitration clause would allow them to settle disagreements over issues like late deliveries, late payments, or product quality quickly and cost effectively. For example, if there is a dispute over how late deliveries should be handled, the arbitration process would allow both parties to come to a resolution without going through a public court, which can take months or even years. So, this clause benefits both parties by offering a faster and more controlled process for resolving conflicts, allowing them to focus on their ongoing business relationship. So, to sum it up, including these three clauses, force majeure, indemnity, and arbitration, is critical for managing risk and ensuring that both Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. And Grocery Store Inc. can operate smoothly and efficiently. So, the force majeure clause protects Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. From unavoidable disruptions. The indemnity clause safeguards Grocery Store Inc. from financial losses related to product quality. And arbitration clause ensures disputes are resolved quickly and privately, benefiting both parties. So these clauses form the backbone of a well-structured contract, helping to minimize legal risk and ensuring the success of their business partnership. In this part, I'll walk you through what I believe would result from a fair negotiation for 8 essential contract terms between Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. And Grocery Store Inc. These terms shape the business relationship, and I'll explain why each outcome is likely. Plus, I'll highlight the key term that qualifies as a condition rather than a warranty in what happens if it is breached. The first term would be quantity. The agreed quantity would likely be between 1,200 and 1,300 pounds of vegetables per week. So this allows Vegetable Greenhouse Corp to manage production while ensuring Grocery Store Inc. gets what it needs. So why this outcome? It strikes a balance between supply limitations and demand, offering flexibility for both seasonal changes and customer needs. The next term would be quality of product or service. So vegetables must be fresh and free from spoilage and transported in refrigerated trucks. So why this outcome? So Grocery Store Inc. demands high quality, fresh produce to maintain its reputation. And Vegetable Greenhouse Corp can meet this by ensuring proper refrigeration and transportation. The third term would be pricing. In this term, pricing would fall between $4 and $4.25 per pound. This range protects Vegetable Greenhouse Corp while allowing Grocery Store Inc. to maintain or to remain competitive in the market. So why this outcome? It's actually a compromise between Grocery Store Inc.'s desire for affordability and Vegetable Greenhouse Corp's need to cover their production costs. The fourth term would be payment. So in this term, weekly payments would likely be agreed upon since it will balance the need for regular cash flow at Vegetable Greenhouse Corp and manageable payments for Grocery Store Inc. So why this outcome? Weekly payments give Vegetable Greenhouse Corp quicker access to funds while keeping payment terms straightforward for Grocery Store Inc. The fifth term would be deadline. So the delivery schedule would likely be 2 deliveries per week, and it will be flexible. They can add an additional delivery if needed. So it will be scheduled between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. to avoid disruptions in the store. So why this outcome? Grocery Store Inc. prefers overnight deliveries, and Vegetable Greenhouse Corp can adapt to this without actually affecting their business. The sixth term will be cancellations. A 6-month notice for cancellations would likely be agreed upon with a clause allowing Grocery Store Inc. to terminate the contract if 50% of deliveries are late or missed. So why this outcome? Grocery Store Inc. needs consistency, but they also require an option to exit the contract if Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. Underperforms. The seventh condition would be condition precedent. So in this term, the contract would only take effect if Vegetable Greenhouse Corp. Can guarantee a consistent supply of vegetables. So why this outcome? Grocery Store Inc. wants assurance that the supply is stable and a condition precedent protects them from a failed supply chain. And then last but not the least is the term governing law. So in this term, the contract would likely be governed by the provincial law where Grocery Store Inc. is located, offering them familiarity and protection. So why this outcome? As the as the larger party, Grocery Store Inc. benefits from the security of local laws and making legal matters easier to manage. Next is I'll talk about condition versus warranty. So in this contract, the timeliness of deliveries is a condition, not a warranty. So it is crucial to the contract success. If 50% or more of the deliveries are late, Grocery Store Inc. would have the right to terminate the contract without penalty. So why is it a condition? Timely deliveries are fundamental to this business, and the contract cannot operate successfully without them. So what happens if the condition is breached? Grocery Store Inc. can cancel the contract immediately without facing penalties, ensuring that they are not stuck with any poor service. So, in summary, this negotiation would balance flexibility and accountability for both sides. So, key terms like quantity, quality, pricing, and payment would ensure a stable business partnership, while clauses like deadlines and cancellations provide safety nets. And importantly, the timeliness of deliveries is a condition, and failing to meet it could lead to a contract termination.